Hi everyone, it's Jennifer from Fiberflux. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a fun finger crochet scarf for kids. I found this really great yarn that's kind of stripy, multicolored, and it has this fun kind of silvery thread through it, and I just thought it would be perfect. It's nice and thick, so it's perfect for finger crocheting, and it's just a really fun, colorful yarn. And this yarn is called it's by Red Heart, and it's Boutique Twilight, in case you're looking for it. And it's pretty soft, and it's just a really fun yarn. And this is the Pixie colorway, in case you're wondering. And it comes in other colors too. There's kind of like a blue-purple mix and some others when I got this at the craft store. You're also going to need a pair of scissors and your fingers. And that's all you'll need. This is a great project for kids. Not only is it a fun yarn for kids, but it's a fun project for kids. And there's no hooks involved at all. So let's get started. We're going to take our yarn, and I have a more detailed video on how to finger crochet. I'll provide the link to that if you want to learn and practice on a swatch before you commit to a project. But we're going to stick just to a simple single crochet stitch. There's other stitches you can do with finger crochet, but we're going to just stick to a very simple stitch. That way this is a total kid-friendly project. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your yarn and you're going to just wrap it around your fingers like this to make a loop. Then you're going to bring the yarn behind this loop, and this is going to be your crochet hook, your index finger. You're going to reach into that loop and just pull that loop up, and then go ahead and tighten onto your finger. Not too tight, but just tighten it onto your finger. Okay, so we're gonna let this tail hang down, and this is what we call our working yarn, the yarn attached to the yarn ball. So then what you're gonna do is we're going to make a starting chain. Now I'm gonna make mine 6 chains wide to make it kind of kid-sized. If you wanna make yours narrower, make less chains. If you want to make your scarf wider, just make more chains. You can make this as wide or as narrow as you like. I'm going to do 6 chains. So what you're going to do is you're going to wrap the yarn around your finger and pull it through the loop. That's 1 chain. Let's make another. Wrap the yarn around your finger and bring it through the loop. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is our starting chain. So then what we're going to do is we're going to count 2 chains. So in the second chain from our finger, this loop on our finger does not count. So we're going to count 1 and 2. So in this chain right here, we're going to work our first stitch. We're going to be doing single crochet stitches. They're super easy and again, very kid-friendly project. Okay, so what you're going to do is insert your finger into that chain, that second chain from your finger, wrap the yarn around your finger and bring up a loop. Wrap the yarn around your finger again and bring it through both loops. Just like that. That's our first stitch. In the next chain, we're going to do the same thing. Insert your finger into the chain, wrap the yarn around your finger, bring up a loop. Wrap the yarn around your finger again, bring it through both loops on your finger. Second stitch. I'm going to get a little bit more yarn here from our yarn ball. Okay, so let's keep moving. So insert your finger into the next chain, wrap the yarn around your finger, and bring up a loop. You have 2 loops on your finger. Wrap the yarn around your finger again and bring it through both loops. Last chain, same thing. Insert your finger into the chain, wrap the yarn around your finger and bring up a loop. Wrap the yarn around your finger again, bring it through both loops. Our first row is complete. Okay, so now we're ready to work on row 2. So to transition from row to row, what you're going to do is make a chain. So wrap the yarn around your finger and bring it through the loop. Then you're going to flip your work over and then you're going to locate the first stitch. So these loops here are our stitches. The previous row we were working into the chains. Okay, so into this first stitch, you're going to insert your finger, same way you did before. Wrap the yarn around your finger and bring up a loop. Wrap the yarn around your finger again and bring it through both loops. Okay, so we're just going to do this all the way across. Insert your finger into the stitch, wrap the yarn around your finger, bring up a loop. Wrap the yarn around your finger, bring it through both loops. Insert your finger into the next stitch, wrap the yarn around your finger, and bring up a loop. Wrap the yarn around your finger again, bring it through both loops. Insert your finger into the next stitch, wrap the yarn around your finger, and bring up a loop. Wrap the yarn around your finger, bring it through both loops. And now we're at the end, so into this last stitch here, insert your finger into the stitch, wrap the yarn around your finger, bring up a loop, wrap the yarn around your finger, bring it through both loops. Okay? So row 2 is complete. So it's starting to look like a scarf. And you're just going to complete your scarf, you're just going to keep working row 2 over and over and over again until the scarf is as long as you would like it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on working my rows, and then we'll rejoin towards the end of the scarf, and I'm going to show you how to finish off your scarf and also how to deal with these tails. Okay, so I just kept going until the scarf was as long as I wanted it to be. This is about 72 inches. I made this a little bit extra long, and I really just kept working until I ran out of yarn. This is all the yarn that I have left. And this will make the scarf really cute if you want to wrap it a few times around your neck. It's nice and bulky and warm. So what you're going to do to finish is once you complete that very last row, we'll slide this over a little bit. What you're going to do is you're going to wrap the yarn, once you're at the end of the very last row, wrap the yarn around your finger and just bring it through the loop one last time. But this time you're just going to pull it all the way through. And then just tighten. Okay? So then when you're finished, you're going to have both ends of your scarf will each have one tail. So then what you're going to do is you can use a tapestry needle, but you can also just weave this in with your fingers, and it works just as well because the weave is pretty loose and open. So we're just weaving this in and out along this chain here, and then to keep that end hopefully from popping out, we're going to come back in the other direction and just weave it in that direction as well. Okay, so we're just weaving that right in, and then you can take your scissors and just give it a little tug, trim, and then if you pull it, it'll kind of disappear. Then we're going to take the other end of our scarf and just do the same exact thing. We're just going to weave it in and out in one direction, and by doing this without a needle, you still don't need to use any fancy tools, just your fingers and scissors. However, if you prefer the tapestry needle, definitely feel free to do that as well. So we're just going in one direction, and we're coming back in the other direction. Okay, then just take your scissors and trim that tail. Okay, so our ends are woven in, and now our scarf, I can move all this out of the way. Now our scarf is officially complete. So it's very fun and colorful, and it was very quick and easy to work up because of the bulky yarn and because your finger works as a large hook. So it just glides right through this yarn very quickly. And that's it. That's how you crochet the fun Finger Crochet Kids scarf. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure and click the subscribe button to get all the latest Fiberflux video updates. Thanks again!